Yeah, this is case number 164 on the calendar in the matter of Conklin Bressler versus Canerick.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Young man, have a seat.
Mr. Conklin, you were present during the course of this incident, but you were not. Is that right?
Yes.
You are here only because the car in question is titled in your name.
Yes.
All right, why don't you have a seat? Mr. Conklin, it is your claim, according to the papers that you filed, that the defendant's son, that would be you, damaged your car with a shovel, intentionally hitting your car with a shovel.
Yes.
This happened at their home during an altercation. They are counterclaiming for damage that you allegedly did to an all-terrain vehicle, as well as harassment and assault. So first tell me, how do you know the defendant and his son?
Well, we're good friends for the last 4 or 5 years, and he helped me with a job. And
what do you mean he helped you with a job?
Working at his shop, you know, because I was out of work, and I'm in construction, so it was tight.
What were you doing at his house?
I was doing work for him, doing spackling, and I went over one Sunday. I said, and I was talking to him, see how he's doing, and his son, 12-year-old son, was driving his quad up and down the street.
He's driving his
motorcycle, four-wheeler.
Is that this young man here?
Yes, Jonathan. I stayed approximately 15, 20 minutes. I was like, all right, Steve, you know, I'm gonna go. I got in my car, started it up. It was still in park. His son comes down the road.
The little boy?
Yeah, the little boy.
Step up here. Yes.
And he pushes his quad, his motorcycle, against my front end of my car. He rips off the license plate and also the frame of the license plate, and I had to get it re-fiberglassed.
Did he do that on purpose?
He was pushing against my car when I was in it. I was still in park, and then he backs up and everything comes off.
So what happened after he did that? You were in the car.
I was in the car. The father's girlfriend has grandsons. They were over at the house. They were yelling that the license plate was off, and I got out of the car. I looked at it. I grabbed his son, and I held him.
Just a second. How did you grab his son?
By the shoulders. And I held him, and
how did you hold him?
I held him by the shoulders with one hand.
Show me.
Like this, with one hand. And was yelling at him, putting the license plate. I knew he was not going to put the license plate back on.
So you put your hands on him, and you were yelling at him.
And then he started...
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And then he started crying, so I let him go. The quad was in front of my car, so I got on the quad to move the motorcycle and so I can leave, because the father was pushing me after that incident.
Just a minute. We're not there yet. The little boy starts to cry because you were holding him and yelling at him.
Yeah.
You let him go.
Yes.
Where did he go?
He ran in the house.
And what's the very next thing that happened, Mr. Conklin?
His father came over, started pushing...
That's this gentleman
yes.
here.
Started pushing me. His girlfriend started coming over and pushing me. I give him
Just a second. What were they saying to you when he
Get out of here, get out of here. You know, and I was like, Steve, are you going to pay for this? You going to pay for this? And he was like, get out of here, we'll talk later. And it was this all big confusion.
Oh, I'm going to make it very unconfusing. So the father is yelling at you to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You assumed his father was yelling at you because he would put your hands on his son. Is that right?
Yeah, but then...
Is that right?
Yes.
That's why he was yelling at you, because his son ran back into the house crying.
He attacked me. He did not take me by the shoulders.
Tell me what he did. Tell me your first name.
John?
Yes, John. Tell me what he did.
He got out of the car. And, he took me by the neck and smashed my head against the car saying, fix it, fix it. How would I be able to fix the car if he was attacking?
Your Honor, that's not true. I have the police report from the statements from the police. I have his report and also mine.
I'd like to see it.
And it says that I grabbed him and there would be no charges against him
Just a second.
or me
Just
because
a
I just
second.
grabbed him.
Just a second. It says you grabbed him. The boy says that you grabbed him and hit his head against the car.
That's not true.
But you did grab him.
Yeah, I did grab him.
And you did yell at him.
Yes.
Wrong. You have no right to do that. And he's upset thinking about it now, which means that it was a very upsetting experience for him. Let's say you're in a car accident with somebody. You get out of your car and you grab them?
No, you...
Of course not. You don't put your hands on them, right?
Your
What
Honor,
gives you the right to put your hands on him?
I was just trying to scare him. I knew he was not going to put the license plate back on.
Why were you trying to scare him?
Because he was careless by pushing the car, and he kept on doing it, trying to muscle the car away, and then he pushes it back, and the license plate and everything comes off. And he's laughing and laughing, and I just grabbed him and said, "You going to put it back on?" And he starts crying, and I let him go. You know.
Yeah, okay. So let's get to the damage to your car, sir.
Excuse me, Your
So
Honor.
just a second. We're going to get to you.
Okay.
I guarantee it. Go ahead.
When the officers came to my house.
No, I don't want to hear officers come to your house. We haven't gotten to the part, sir, where you say that your car was hit with a shovel. Get to it.
Okay.
Father comes out and tells you to get out of here.
The father was outside, and he's grabbing me, pushing me with his girlfriend. I get out of the car so I can move it. He's grabbing me, pulling me. So I get off the quad, and it got flipped. And
Just a minute. You got off the quad, which is his motorcycle.
Yes.
But it's a child's motorcycle.
No, it's a fully sized quad. It's a four-wheeler. It's a full-grown sized
Do you know
motorcycle.
what that looks like?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I have pictures if you'd like to see.
I'd like to see it. Make it easier for me.
Pretty big size.
Okay. So you got on this thing, and then
Try to put it in neutral.
try to put it in neutral, and the father came out, and you flipped it.
Yes.
You flipped this thing.
Yes. To get it out of the way so I can leave, because his father and his girlfriend was pushing me, telling me to get out of here, and that's what I was planning to do, and it was in front of the car still, and I could not move because there was another car behind mine.
Okay. Did you say to them, would you move that thing and then I'll leave?
Oh, yes, I did.
So you picked it up and flipped it.
Just flipped it so it can move out of my way.
When you flipped it, did it land right side up?
It landed backside up. The front
Okay.
bars.
Now, it would seem
First.
to me that if you could flip it, you could just pull it out of the way. Is that right?
True, but him.
Just a second. You could just pull it out of the way. If it's flippable, it's pullable.
Alan Conklin says his car was damaged and vandalized during a visit to the home of Stephen Cannery. Stephen says Alan attacked his 13-year-old son, Jonathan.
So you flipped it. Go ahead.
And flipped it.
And damaged it.
Damaged it. The handlebars.
Go ahead.
And the father started pushing me. The girlfriend.
I heard
also.
the father pushed you. I heard
He
the
kept
girlfriend
on.
pushed you.
Kept
I
on.
heard. I
And
heard.
So I give him one little push. He does a backwards tumblesort on the ground.
Who does?
The father.
Yes.
And the girlfriend of the father went in the house, called the police. Then his older son, Andrew, came outside the house with a shovel, started swinging it, hit my car. In the meantime, I'm fighting the father. He's pushing me and everything. I take the shovel away from Andrew, the son. I take it, I throw it. Then he picks up a scooter and starts swinging it at me. So I push them both. I get in the car and I leave. And when I'm leaving, the son goes and picks the shovel up again and hits the back of my car while I'm leaving.
Now I'll hear you.
Your Honor, I've been a good deeder in a sense to help Alan out over the years since I've known him. True, when he needed a job, I found him a job. I even gave him a job. 2 weeks prior to this incident, both Alan and Julie needed a place to live. Evidently,
Your Honor, that's not relevant to the case.
I'm not.
Sorry. Sorry.
Go ahead.
evidently, Alan and Julie needed a place to stay. She being pregnant, they were living with Julie's father and mother and were asked to leave. I allowed them to stay in my home. I had to ask them to leave about a week after they moved in because Alan got violent with Julie. And not only did he physically
Your
grab
Honor, that's
her...
not true.
Excuse me, I'm talking
Just a
now.
second.
Okay.
Do I need help?
Sorry.
Good. Don't do it again.
Okay.
He verbally assaulted her by calling her some graphic names, not only in front of my child, but in front of my girlfriend and my family. I told him that I wouldn't allow that kind of behavior in my home and that I didn't want him to stay any longer and that he would have to leave and that I didn't want him coming back. He left. I was working on my yard 2 weeks after the fact. Alan came over looking for a spackle knife, claiming he had a job to do the following day, and he had left it at my home. He walked into my garage, looked for it, and I told him, Alan, it's not here, and you don't belong here. I want you to leave. Jonathan and Alan do not get along. They've had many an argument about anything and everything. I told Alan to leave, and with that he said he would, and he walked to the end of the driveway, and I heard his car start, and I went back to my gardening. When I heard my son screaming, I turned around, and Alan had him by the neck in front of his car, smacking his head with the license plate, yelling at him to fix it. He kept on saying, fix it, fix it.
He was smacking him in the head with the license
Yes.
plate? Go ahead.
I ran over. I got between them. I grabbed Alan away from my son. He let go of my son, who ran into the house. Alan stood up because he was bent down, pushed me, and I fell. As Jonathan ran into the house, he walked over to the quad, which was right in front of his car, picked it up from the front, and rolled it 180 degrees, shouting, "See how you like it now," to Jonathan. Joanne, my girlfriend, and the children were screaming. She went into the house. A couple seconds later, my son Andrew came running out. In my defense, picked up his shovel, swung it, and I managed to get onto my feet before he hit Alan in the head, and he hit the car. With that, the police came, Alan left, and that's the story.
What?
I called the cops, and it wasn't my dad's girlfriend. I'm the one. Because when he hit me, I ran in hysterical crying, and I called the cops.
Why did you back your quad into his car?
He was pushing me with the car, thinking he was funny.
He was pushing you.
Yeah, and my quad was going up. The quad fell, and I didn't want to start, so I put it in reverse, and the license plate cranked off. He got out of the car, took me by the neck, and smashed my head against the thing. Fix it, fix it, fix it. How would I be able to fix it if he's hitting me and doing what he was doing?
Why did you come over to where his car was?
I was riding the quad.
I understand that. You were riding the quad, but if you didn't get along with him, why did you come over to where his car was?
Because before the fact, I was washing the quad, and I put it on the side to dry. But then after it dried, I took it out for another ride.
Don't make stories. Answer my question. I said, if you don't get along with him, why did you go near his car?
I don't know.
That's a better answer. Now, I'm not making an excuse for him. He's bigger, he's older, and he's got a temper problem. So I have to determine whether the older son, that's you, was acting in defense of both his brother and his father when he hit your car with a shovel. And I find that he did and was acting in defense to get you to leave the property because that time you were trespassing on his property. The moment he told you to leave, that you were not welcome there anymore, you were no longer an invited guest. You had absolutely no right to put your hands on a 12-year-old for any reason whatsoever, whether I believe that you just put your hand on his shoulder or that you smashed him with the license plate. He wasn't injured, but frightened because of your size, your bulk, your age, your anger, all of those things. You're bigger, you're heavier, you're older, and you're angry. And he may be a smart alecky 12-year-old, but you're supposed to be able to maintain your temper. Okay.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Sure.
The police came over to my house. I was going to have his son arrested for criminal mischief. His father starts panting and starts stomping his feet and saying, "No, no, no." Then I want him arrested for grabbing my son.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Absolutely right. There is a difference between property damage and putting your hands on someone else in anger. The police tried to resolve this dispute between two people that knew each other. That's not what we're here for. I'm not trying to resolve your dispute amicably. I'm here to rule on it. And I'm ruling, sir, that you had absolutely no right to put your hands on a 12-year-old. And anything that flowed from that is your responsibility, including fixing your car. Put your hand down. So, and if it's her car, your girlfriend's car, fix it. He's got a temper. Is that right?
Yeah.
Good. So you gave someone with a temper permission to drive your car. You knew his temper, you knew the car, you put those two things together?
But, Your Honor, it's illegal in New York to drive a quad in the street.
I don't care. It has nothing to do with this. It has absolutely nothing to do with this. What it has to do with is his temper. And he had no right to put his hands on somebody else's child or anybody else as a result of, let us call it, a traffic accident. Can't do that. And anything that flows from that, you deal with it. Now let's get to the quad. The quad was damaged. You got to pay for that. You did it on purpose. You did it out of anger. How much does it cost to fix it?
I have two estimates here.
Cheapest one is $1,005.15. Is that right?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. You have a lot of other things in your counterclaim, harassment and that sort of stuff.
Yes.
You intend to pursue that?
Yes, I would.
Go ahead.
First off, the harassment happened after, obviously, after this incident, where he called my son Jonathan several times on the telephone, telling him that
No, don't tell me what he told Jonathan. Did you receive phone calls from him?
Did I personally?
No, Jonathan.
Did I?
Oh, that's
Yes,
your
I
John.
did. Would you like me to explain?
Yeah.
All right. He called me up like several times, asking me for money, and who am I? Who's he asking me for money when he should?
Just tell me what he said to you.
He's like, I want my money. I want my car fixed. and he was like yelling at me and cursing me out.
Okay, how
Your
many
Honor?
times? Yes.
When I called him up, I had him on speakerphone. My fiance was standing right there. I did not curse at him. I did not yell at him. I said, what's wrong with the quad so we can resolve this out of court? He said the handlebars and the throttle and the light in the front of the quad was damaged. That was all. I was like, Jonathan, thanks for being honest with me. And I was very polite, and we were on the phone for a half an hour talking. I was like, listen, when your father gets an estimate for your quad, we can deduct it off of each other's estimates. And I was like, just let your father know that, and that was it. And we hung up.
How many times did you call him?
Just once, Your Honor. And then that Thursday, I called the father, also on speakerphone. She was right there.
Okay,
He said
so-
everything was wrong with the quad.
Just a second. This was all about this lawsuit. All right, it's not harassment. What else?
Came into my office at work the following day, walked into my office, threw papers down, told me that if I wasn't willing to pay for the damage on his car, he was going to have my son arrested.
That's not harassment.
As he walked out, he had a soda can in his hand. He threw it at my front window.
Nasty. He's got a temper. You gotta maintain your temper, so you're gonna be a father. If you need anger management, if you need medication, go and get it.
No, I don't.
What do you mean you don't?
Because his sons are animals. I'm going to go over his
listen,
house.
Listen to me, sir.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, sir. Your girlfriend says you have a temper.
That's true, in some way.
No. If you have a temper, it's not in some way, because you had a temper with regard to your girlfriend, which is why you were asked to leave their home. Now, if you can't control yourself with your girlfriend in front of strangers, I have a concern that when you're alone with her, you find it very difficult to control your temper if you get angry.
I just start yelling.
Yelling with a person of your size and girth can be very frightening. But you certainly did more than yelling to him. You put your hands on him. You cannot do that. And I'm going to tell you something. Temper has the ability to escalate. So I would take care of it while you're still young enough and while you still don't have a baby yet. Babies don't like to be yelled at. They don't like to have somebody's hands put on them in anger. So I would take care of that problem. If you believe that you may have a problem, I take care of it now. You owe $1,005.15 to fix your temper. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step. Yeah, this is case number 130 on the calendar in the matter of Lindstrom versus Kunkel. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
You are Mr. Lindstrom?
Correct.
You weren't there during the course of this argument that resulted in damage to a car that you own, that your daughter was driving. Is that right?
That's correct.
So you can have a seat. Ms. Lindstrom, the defendant was your boyfriend. I gather from your papers that you are in the process of breaking up with him. You decided to go over to his house. There was an argument. You decided to take some of your belongings. And an argument ensued, and the argument, I gather, was over a guitar that you were taking with you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the argument extended outside and resulted in your father's car getting dented.
Yes.
You say the defendant caused those dents to the car. Okay, so let's start. When was this argument?
April 5th.
Of this year.
Yes.
Now, when you went over to his apartment, had you already broken up?
It was actually his parents' house, and no, we hadn't.
So you went over there for the purpose of what?
Just to hang out.
And you got into an argument?
Yes.
About what?
Nothing in particular. We were just getting on each other's nerves.
So what did you do?
He asked me to leave, and I said I would leave if I could have my personal belongings back, because we assumed we would never be speaking to each other after that point.
And what personal belongings were you going to take?
I had a guitar, a VCR, and a Sony PlayStation, but at that point I was most concerned about the guitar because I still owed money on it.
Tell me about the guitar.
It's a $650 guitar I purchased from a store. I purchased it on a payment plan in which I still owed 2 more payments on.
Who plays the guitar?
Andy plays the guitar.
So you gave the guitar to him.
I bought it with the assumption that he would eventually pay me back for it.
You don't buy something under the assumption. When did you give him the guitar?
The day we bought it.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you buying the guitar.
We went to a store. We both picked out a guitar that we both liked. I actually traded in a guitar that I owned and paid the remainder of the money that was owed with a check. And there's 2 other checks that were going to be cashed at later dates to make up the remaining payment.
How did you get the guitar, sir?
She gave it to me and I brought it over to my house, and I'd been playing it for a couple of months.
What do you mean she gave it to you?
When we moved out of our apartment, she gave the guitar to me and said I could take it to my house.
And said you could take it to your house?
Yes.
Well, did she give it to you as a gift, or did she purchase it to share it
I asked her to buy it for me as a gift and told her I would pay her back if she wanted me to, and that's what I assumed was going on.
You said two different things. You said she bought it for you as a gift, and you said you would pay her back.
The gift part of it was that she was going to pay for half of it, and I was going to pay for the other half. That was like the original agreement we had when we went into the store to buy the guitar.
Is that right?
Considering that I had given the guitar store my guitar that I had owned previously, that was the part I was paying for.
Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. So how much money was invested in the guitar
Probably $450.
that you paid for?
Yes.
Okay. And the agreement was he was to pay you back for that,
Yes.
but he was going to keep the guitar.
Yes.
Did you make any payments to her?
I hadn't at the time that she came over. It was a little while after we'd moved out of our apartment, and the fight just happened, and she took the guitar, and I wanted it back.
Why hadn't you made any payments on it?
I hadn't gotten paid from work yet, so I didn't have any money.
So, Miss Lindstrom, based on your contract, you gave him the guitar.
Yes.
He was to make payments on it. So you had no right to take it from the house.
He hadn't made any payment on it.
You didn't have any time frame for the payments. Is that right?
Correct.
So you had no right to take the guitar. It could have been a lawsuit. You could have sued him for the $450. But the guitar was, in fact, his guitar. You understand that? If you didn't, I'm explaining it to you now. You may have still owed money on the guitar, but your agreement was he keeps the guitar, he gives you $450 at some time. That's a lawsuit. That means that if you went there to retrieve your property, you retrieve your property, he says, I'm keeping the guitar, fine, you still owe me $450. You go to small claims court, you sue him for $450, and if that's your agreement, which he says it was, you get your $450. So you had no right to take the guitar. So you went into the house, you took the guitar, and what happened?
He tried to get me to leave by using force. At one point, he was on top of me on the bed and was choking my neck
Why didn't you leave when he told you to leave?
because I wanted to take my things with me first.
The most important thing you said you were interested in taking was the guitar,
That's right.
which I've already explained to you had no right to take. Okay, so what happened next?
I got a hold of the guitar and he said, fine, if you take it outside, I'm just going to follow you and take it back from you. So I went outside and he grabbed it from me. And I tried to go after him, but he pushed me down. And I got up and he pushed me down 3 more times. And then he turned around to go back into the house and I grabbed a hold of his back. And he said, Jenny, if you don't let go of my back, I'm going to hit you over the head with the guitar.
So you grabbed hold of his back, which means that you were sort of piggyback, is that right?
Yes.
So your feet were off the ground
Yes.
and you were holding on to him.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And after he said that, he laid me back down onto the hood of the car. So that
He laid you back down so that you would get off him.
Right.
Go ahead.
And then he got up off of me, and I got up and grabbed the guitar. And I ran around to the other side of the car, to the driver's side. And I got inside. I put the guitar and got inside the car. I shut the doors. I locked them. He looked really upset because I was in my car. There's nothing else he could do. At this point, he kicked off the passenger mirror of my car and then proceeded to kick the front passenger door and the back passenger door a few times. And then he went inside and his mother came out and asked if I was okay.
Do you have photographs of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them, please.
Right there.
Sorry.
Is this a picture of the hood of the car?
Yes.
Is there a dent in the hood of the car?
There are several small dents. The picture
Is
doesn't
that-
really show.
Is that from when you fell on the car? That you pay for?
Okay.
Let me hear your version of the events.
What happened was she came over to my house and we were just watching TV, and I asked her to leave several times over and over again. The only force I used to try and get her out of the house was I picked her up and carried her, and I got her outside finally to leave, and she took my guitar with her, so I went and got it back, and she continued to jump at me, try and get it back. She jumped on my back. I pushed her onto the hood of the car because I wanted her off my back. I don't know if I kicked the car during the struggle on accident because she kept attacking me, but
The hood is during the course of the struggle. The kicks to the car aren't during the course of the struggle.
No, the struggle happened all around the car in my front yard. He was the only other person there that saw it. My mom didn't even come outside till afterwards.
Were you there all the time?
Yes.
Step up.
19-year-old Jennifer Lindstrom says ex-boyfriend Andy Kunkel owes for an assault and for kicking her car.
Tell me your name.
Tony Vaitkunis.
Tell me what you saw, sir.
I came over, I guess they had been fighting. I came over right when they went outside, and they were running around the car, shouting at each other, and she jumped up on his back, and I saw when he later on the hood of the car. I did not see him kick the car. I don't know anything about that. That came up when Andy got the papers that they were suing him. The fight was pretty much Andy saying, give me my guitar back, and her saying no, and him saying, get away from me, and her running after him and wouldn't just leave.
Okay, let me see the estimates for the car, please. All right, we're eliminating the hood. Do you know why we're eliminating the hood?
I know why you think it should be eliminated, yes.
You jumped on his back. He had to get you off his back.
Not
What do you want him to
throw
do,
me
hit
on
you in
the-
the head with the guitar?
No.
Okay. So?
But would that have been my fault too, if he hit me on the head with the guitar?
Absolutely. He was stealing his guitar. Listen to me. The law doesn't take emotions into account. The law says it's his house. He asked you to leave. You didn't want to leave. He finally told you to leave. You finally said you would leave, and you took his property. Now, he has a right to get his property back. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He was not, that was his mother's house. He was not living there at the time, so
Yes, I was.
for him to say that he was not living at the home is incorrect.
Now, living at what home?
In his mother's home. He was not living there.
Well, his property was there. And he, as opposed to your daughter, at the time that she was told to leave by someone who has presumptive authority to be in the home, once she comes in with permission, but when she's told to leave, then it becomes a trespass if she doesn't leave. But your daughter had no right to take this guitar. The guitar had been given to the defendant. The fact that he owed her money is handled in a civil way. That's the way we resolve disputes in this country. She walks out the door, she gets into her car, she may be furious, but she gets into the car, and she says, I'm going to sue him for the $450 because that's what he owes me for the guitar. And he promised he would pay me back for the guitar.
Can I say something, ma'am?
Yes.
It was my belief that it would not become his guitar until he paid me back for it.
What your belief is irrelevant unless there is an agreement. And I guarantee you that when this guitar was purchased, you did not say to him, you may have physical possession of the guitar, but the guitar does not become yours legally until you pay me the money. You didn't say that to him, did you?
I said something similar, yes.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's not what a boyfriend and a girlfriend say to each other. It's not what even friends say to each other. They say, you'll pay me back? You know, I'm going to lay this out, but you'll pay me back for it? Yes, I will. That's it. So, the fact that he had to get you off his back and you dented the hood of your dad's car, you have to be responsible for that. But I find that you did, in fact, kick this car. You were angry because she had your guitar in the car, and you were angry.
She didn't have it in the car until she drove off.
Yes, and that's when she says you kicked the car.
No, because she didn't drive off until after my mom came outside, and when my mother came outside, I went back in the house.
Before your mother came outside, you kicked the car. Clearly, this car was kicked. This is not just pushing somebody against the side door. There's a difference between a side door of the car and the hood of the car.
I didn't say that I pushed her into it. I said during the struggle it might have accidentally happened.
Could have happened. I find that it didn't. And he probably should have let her, just on an emotional basis, let her take the guitar and go and sue for it later. If you feel as if it was yours, then you would have sued her, and she would have said, we had an agreement. When he gives me the $450, you can have the guitar. Right?
Yes.
So somebody's got to pay for this man's car. His daughter's going to pay for part of it, for the hood of the car, but you're going to pay for the sides, which comes to $957, judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was fine. I think she was fair in what the decision was.
The judge made some valid points, but that it was still unfair.
Make legal binding contracts when you buy a gift for somebody, I guess.
Don't lend money.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flores versus Flores. Step forward.
27-year-old store clerk Patricia Flores is suing her sister-in-law, 25-year-old customer service rep Sonia Flores, for kicking her car. Sonia says Patricia was parked outside her home and she was trying to get her to leave.
Mrs. Flores, the defendant is your sister-in-law.
Correct.
And according to your complaint, you went over to your mother-in-law's house to pick up your husband.
Correct.
When was that?
March 31st.
And you were in your car.
Correct.
And your sister-in-law came either home or came out of the house.
No, she was driving up, going home.
She was coming home. She saw your car parked. You were waiting for him outside?
Correct.
And she came up to your car, started an argument, and then kicked your car,
Correct.
damaging your car.
Correct.
You want her to pay for the damage.
Correct.
She says, I don't know, she merely tapped at your window and told you to go away. Had you had a problem with your sister-in-law before this?
No, I haven't had a problem with her before, but when I married my husband, she never liked me.
When were you married?
February the 27th.
Okay. Now, what did your sister-in-law say to you when she came up to the car?
She said kind of verbal names.
Tell me what she said. When she walked up to the car?
Yes.
Any reason for that?
Well, the reason is that apparently my two friends that I had before were my friends, not anymore, had told her that I was with her boyfriend, which it wasn't even her boyfriend.
You mean before you were married?
Before I was married, yeah.
So that's why you think she doesn't like you?
Correct.
Now, Miss Flores, why did you go up to the car and tell her to leave?
Because she's not really welcome at our house.
Not welcome by whom?
By my whole family that lives at my house.
Well, what does that have to do with you?
Well, I really don't like her because the way she is. She sleeps around and
What's that your business?
I know it's not my business, but it is my brother, and
So what's it your, it's not your business.
I know.
So what did you go up to her car for?
I was telling her to leave. Basically.
She was waiting for her husband.
Yes, but my mom even told my brother she's not welcome there.
She wasn't in the house.
I know, but she was outside and still, it's still in front of the house and telling her not.
You have pictures of the damage to the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. Did she kick the car with you in the car?
Yes, she did.
Go ahead.
I went up to the car after work. This is around 5:30. And I tapped on the car, and yes, I was calling her names. And she did sleep with a friend of
I'm
mine.
not interested in who she slept
Okay.
with, madam. Couldn't
Okay.
be less interested.
All right.
So you're calling her all kinds of names?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And then I was telling her to leave. She was ignoring me, and I kept telling her to leave. After a while, I decided, all right, this is enough. I turned around, and I walked back to my car. When I got something from my car, I walked back to the house, and then that's when my brother came out of the house, and she was saying that I kicked her car, where I don't know why she would say that.
She said it because you did it.
And
She said it because you did it. That's why she said it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Because she was ignoring you. She was just sitting there. You were calling her all kinds of names. You were telling her to leave. She wasn't leaving. She was waiting for her husband. You got really frustrated, and you kicked her car.
Well, it is a used car. That dent could have been there already.
Yeah, well, it's possible, except that you did it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. You know why I know you did it?
How?
Because here you are. You're at your home. She's not in your home. She's sitting outside your home. You know exactly why she's there. She's there to pick up her husband. She's not invading your home. She's not invading your space. You say in your answer that you merely walked up to the window and tapped on the window and said, "You're not welcome here." But that's not what you said to her. You called her all kinds of names.
Yes, I did.
And if you called her all kinds of names and she was, as you put it, ignoring you, and I think you even said here something about giving you dirty looks,
Yes.
then somebody with your kind of temper who was calling her all kinds of abominable names and telling her to get off her property would not just turn around and walk away. You may turn around and walk away after you gave her car a little kick, but not without that. You married?
No, I'm not.
Anybody else in your family married?
I have 4 brothers. They're all married.
Any of your brothers divorced?
No.
You like all the other wives?
Yes, I do.
Either you better learn to like this one or just to get along with her. It's not your choice. It's his choice. Not your choice, not your mother's choice, not your father's choice, not your sister's choice, not your brother's choice, nobody else's choice. It's his choice.
To be married to her?
That's right.
But it's also my choice whether I want to like her or not, and I choose not to like her.
You don't have to like her. You have to be civil to her.
That's if I like her. I don't like her.
Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $596. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 133 on the calendar in the matter of Rivers versus Moore. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Rivers, according to the complaint that I've read, you and Miss Moore had a relationship, and you have a young child who is either 9 or 10 months old. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
It is your claim that Miss Moore caused you to be arrested for violating a temporary restraining order. That case was later dismissed.
Yes.
And you want her to pay you for the bail that you had to put up when she had you arrested because you say that you never violated or threatened her to cause you to be arrested.
That's correct.
That's your claim. And Ms. Moore says that you did, in fact, threaten her. She is counterclaiming for some car nonsense that dates back a year or so ago, and also for clothes and furniture of the babies that you kept when there was this argument back in November. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You were living together in November of the year 2000 when there was an altercation in your home. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And at that time, who left the house?
I did.
And the baby remained with you?
Yes.
And then you went to court?
Yes, I did.
To have the baby returned to you?
Yes, I did.
The two of you are currently involved in a custody dispute over the baby. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yes, Your Honor. May I add that we did not go to court for her to obtain our daughter. What happened was she went and got a conflicting order that I had already had. I should say she got one just like I had one. And she came to the house, and the police interpreted it as a custody paper, when in fact it was a child protective order, which meant the authorities should have notified the Child Protective Service and removed the child from both of us.
Okay. Now, the judge issued a temporary restraining order at some point after this November incident. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Now, what I want you to do is to tell me when you were arrested for violating the temporary restraining order.
I was arrested, Your Honor, February the 23rd.
I'm asking you.
Okay, my apologies. Oh, February the 9th. My apologies.
February the
2001.
9th.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Moore, I would like you to tell me first, when was the custody case started?
After the restraining orders were filed.
Give me the month.
It was December.
Who went to court to file for custody?
I did, Your Honor.
You did?
Yes.
And that was in December?
No. What happened in December, Your Honor, was we went to a hearing in regards to the 20-day restraining orders that we had previously received. I filed later on. In fact, I filed about a month and a half ago for full custody for my daughter.
Just a second. Was there at the time, prior to February 9th, an issue with regard to custody of the child?
Yes, Your Honor. DCYF was ordered to file dependency charges against me and the mother, and ordered us to be evaluated by a doctor.
Okay, is that matter still pending?
Yes, it is. There's one more visit to the doctor for me
Okay.
and my daughter.
All right. Now, Ms. Moore, on the 8th of February, Mr. Rivers had a visitation day scheduled with his daughter. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Was that pursuant to a court order?
Yes, it was.
And what was his visitation schedule?
His visitation schedule was supposed to be every other week for an hour.
What day of the week?
They don't set a date because every time they set a date for him to go, he says he can't go that day.
Well, just a minute, but he had a date to go, February 8th.
Yes, he did. They schedule it when he's available.
Fine. Do you work?
No, I don't.
Well, does he work?
No, he doesn't, not that I know of.
Do you work?
No, Your Honor. I'm facing 3 surgeries, and I'm under doctor's care at this time.
Just a second. So you don't work either?
No, I don't. I can't not work, Your Honor. I had a spinal injury.
How long a period of time had elapsed before February 8th that you did not see your daughter?
Oh, well, I'm not exactly sure, Your Honor. It could have been a week.
Okay.
Or it could have been several weeks because I was having a great deal of difficulty with the Child Protective Service scheduling.
You had visitation scheduled February 8th. Was the
Yes.
visitation supposed to take place in the defendant's house?
No, the visitation was supposed to take place at the Child Protective Agency.
So she was supposed to bring the child to the Child Protective Agency?
No, they had, I guess, a schedule.
How was the child supposed to get to Child Protective for visitation?
There's a worker from DCYF. She comes and She comes to pick up my daughter, and she takes my daughter to DCYF to see him.
And you left the house on the 8th?
Yeah, she called like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time to tell me about that. And I just totally, I didn't write it down when she told me, and I forgot, and my daughter had I had an appointment to see my daughter's pediatrician about her WIC papers for her milk. So that's why.
Baloney. Baloney. You have 2-3 weeks and you have nothing else to do because you don't work. And if he's supposed to have his hour of visitation, that's an important enough thing to put down, as important as going to get WIC.
I have court dates and doctor's appointments I have to go to for
February 8th. So you weren't there.
So
the worker came, didn't find you there, and according to your statement, what happened?
The next day,
yes,
she came out. She had called me like maybe 10:30 in the morning. She asked could she come see the baby. I said yes, she could. She came in. She seen the baby. We talked for a while. She was telling me what he says, that he wants his visits through a court order or whatever. She wanted to reschedule another visit. After she left, I received a phone call from John. He said, "I got you. I'm coming for you," and he hung up. And I immediately called the police after that, right after I hung up from him.
Did he come to your house?
No, he did not. I don't think so. He just called.
What do you mean you don't
up.
think so?
Well, I heard a voice outside the window that sounded like his, but I didn't look out the window. I was on the phone with the police at the time.
Why did you call her the next day?
I never called her, Your Honor. The only people I called was the worker to inform the worker that I needed the worker to look into my daughter. I did not know where my daughter was. I didn't know if my daughter was okay. I want the workers to go out and check on her.
So you're saying that you didn't call her?
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
Well, your phone records would clearly show that. Did anybody look at your phone records?
I would imagine so, the police or my lawyer.
Mr. Rivers, it would be very easy for you to establish that you did not, in fact, place that phone call to her.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that would be by bringing in your phone records, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have them?
Well, we don't.
The answer is
I don't
yes
have
or
any
no?
phone records because, Your Honor, where I place my calls are at Crystal's house, and she has an arrangement, I believe, with the phone company where they don't put down that information where you place your calls. Just toll calls, I would imagine.
But Mr. Rivers, Mr. Rivers, it sounds to me as if that's something that you might do, pick up the phone and get angry with her because she didn't bring the child.
Your Honor, I will constantly talk to the workers. If I had a problem with April, it was being dealt with the courts. I had no reason to contact April.
It's very hard for me to make a decision with regard to that, sir, without some proof, and proof can be easily obtained with the phone company. You can, in fact, subpoena the records of the phone company, and they will tell you from your phone, from her phone, from anybody else's phone, whether a phone call was made to her house on the 8th of February. Stop.
John Rivers says the mother of his child, April Moore, had him falsely arrested for violating a restraining order. April says John threatened her.
Now, why was the case dismissed?
She decided to drop the charges, Your Honor, but...
Why is that?
I go in and out of court, every month for the court. I go in and out of court every other month. We go every month for the custody of my daughter. I go through so much stuff with him, and I just didn't feel, the lawyer that I had at the time, because I didn't have a lawyer, I had to go and stand in the line, and I talked to a prosecutor. He advised me that it was best for me to drop the charges because I couldn't prove that he called me.
Right.
So, since I couldn't prove it, I dropped it.
And you really weren't afraid, right?
I was afraid at the
Why
time.
didn't, I get frustrated when people forget about visitation. I get really frustrated about that.
He cancels his visitations all the time, and it's okay with the courts. But when I really did. I truly
It's not
forgot.
even bothersome to you. Somebody picks up your daughter and takes your daughter someplace else. You don't even have to look at them. You just have to make her available.
I do. She's available. She's available most of the time. That's one visit that he was there for, and that I couldn't.
How many visits did you, in fact, bring your daughter for?
At least 5 or so.
How many?
Your Honor, I've seen my daughter in the past 6 months 8 times. And according to the courts, if I would have been allowed to see my daughter for the entire 6 months that she was awarded a restraining order for, it would have amounted to 22 hours. And the 6 months expired on the 5th of this month. And I must add, Your Honor, after I was arrested for violating the restraining order, Mrs. Moore came up to my residential area.
What do you mean she came up to your area?
She came up to it's an area called Manton Heights.
What was she doing there? Did she come to your house?
I have no idea what her intentions were to be there, but if she was so fearful of me...
You didn't speak to her?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was
actually
told
ran
that he
from
was
her.
not living at... No, you did not see me. I was told that he was not living in Manton Heights anymore. I've been told that many a time. So if I was in the neighborhood, it had nothing to do with him.
I want to get to the counterclaim. Let me hear this nonsense. 1999, you bought a car.
Yes.
And you say it's your car. You say
Yes,
he
it
drove
is.
the car and he took it in for repairs a year and a half ago, right?
Yes.
Pay attention. And the car's still there because you can't get the car out because the repairs are so much. Is that right?
That's right.
And you want him to pay for the repairs?
He said he was going to pay for the repairs.
You want him to pay for the repairs?
Yes, I do.
Is that when you were living together?
Yes, it was.
Next, let's go to the clothes and furniture.
Well, the clothes, I have some of the receipts.
Who bought the clothes?
My mother did. My mother bought the bassinet that he took from my daughter, some of the personal belongings that he did not give back to my daughter. She bought most of this. She spent like at least $185 and stuff. Plus there's stuff from the baby shower that I received that he did not return to me. And he took them in. When the same worker that comes to get my daughter to take to John for the visitations told me that he said that he's not going to give my daughter's items back because his the daughter that he has with Crystal, they share things. They share items, and he's not giving them back when my mother bought them.
Has the custody matter been resolved yet?
No, it has not.
Well, until the custody matter is resolved, then whoever is going to have the baby on a full-time basis should have that property. But right now, the baby has grown out of a bassinet. I'm sure 10 months old, baby doesn't sleep in a bassinet.
Yeah, but at the time, that's when he had took it. He took clothes. The only thing they brought her back to me, they didn't bring her back to me with a bottle. They didn't bring her back to me with any milk. She didn't have a bib, anything. The
Who
only
was
thing she had
supporting your
something to
family
sleep.
when you were living together?
The state of Rhode Island, Your Honor.
How?
Through a program called FIP,
What's
Family
FIP?
Independent Program. It's like welfare, Your Honor. But, Your Honor...
Just a second. So, property that was purchased for the baby, for the most part, was purchased with state money. Is that right?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
I've just answered my question. Is that right?
No, it's not. My sister gave my mother money, and she gave the money to my mother. I was so upset when I was pregnant because he promised me that he was going to buy the crib, he was going to buy everything for my daughter, and he bought only a couple of items of clothing, and that was it. She didn't have a crib or anything before I was 9 months pregnant. My mother decided to
Let me
take
ask
me
you
to
this
Kmart.
question, Miss Moore.
Yes.
What did you expect him to use for money to buy the baby a crib?
He kept promising me that either he could borrow the money from his brother or he had SSI pending. He was supposed to be approved for SSI.
But he didn't get his SSI, so what did you expect him to buy the crib with?
He said that he would get the crib. He was going to
Well,
get
he
her
didn't get it.
if he...
He didn't get it. And right now you have a whole bunch of clothes that even if he has it in his house, it doesn't fit the baby. You have clothes at the house that belong?
Your Honor, the clothes that I have...
Just answer my
yes,
question.
Your Honor.
The answer is yes.
Yes, Your Honor, that I paid for.
That you paid for?
Yes, and I have the receipts right here, Your Honor.
Okay.
She said I brought a couple of items, you know, but this totals out to a great deal more, Your Honor.
Where did you get the money from?
I borrowed the money, Your Honor.
From whom?
My brother.
Okay. Well, that's possible. You borrowed some money, she borrowed some money because the two of you together didn't have enough money to make a baby. So, what do you want me to do?
When she was able to wear those clothes, there was months for where she was able to wear
She's
those
not
clothes.
able to wear them anymore. Some he bought, some with borrowed money, some you bought with borrowed money. That's not why you're here. You certainly wouldn't have brought this countersuit if he hadn't sued you for his bail money back, right?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know that
I'm asking
could
you a
sue
question.
him for that.
I'm asking you a question. You didn't. I mean, you got a car in storage now for a year and a half. You didn't even know if it's still there.
It's still there when I went back to get the estimate for the car.
Yeah.
It's still there. He put it underneath his name, and he didn't put it underneath my name. They think that he was the owner of the car when he put the car.
Couldn't
into
be
the
in your name because you didn't have a driver's license, according to you. Is that right?
I had got the car registered, but I didn't have a.
You
I
didn't
had
have a
learner's
driver's
permit.
license, so you couldn't drive the car.
He didn't have one either.
Terrific. Then you shouldn't have owned a car.
He persuaded me to buy the car. He said that I need it for school, and he also had it, a favor for his friend.
Listen to me. I have absolutely no intention of ordering him to pay for the repairs on a car that's been sitting for a year and a half that's your car. None. And as far as the clothes are concerned, I don't know what pajamas or other things that are hanging around, but none of these things that were of an appropriate size in November are an appropriate size now. He says some of the stuff he bought and some of the stuff you bought. What about the bassinet?
Your Honor,
Just answer my question. Who bought the bassinet?
I have no clue who bought the bassinet,
Where is
Your Honor.
it?
She has the bassinet, Your
No,
Honor.
I do not.
The DCYF worker, she came over to the house after she was awarded my child, or our child, my apologies. And I gave the DCYF worker everything from pajamas, bottles.
Just a second.
No, he did not.
Are you telling me that you do not have the bassinet?
Not at all, Your Honor.
Since when?
Since
I mean, because
I
that could
gave
be the only thing that you could use again.
Since
Maybe.
I had 2 bassinets at the house, one for both daughters. However,
no.
She has the bassinet, Your Honor. What she did with it, I have no idea.
I don't have any idea either. Listen, you two people can fight up a storm. You have a matter pending for custody. When is your next trial date?
It's been passed. I have to file a motion. I've been representing myself because I can't afford an attorney. Your Honor, if I may say,
You may say nothing. I don't want to hear anything else.
Okay.
What do you mean it's been passed? What does that mean?
It's been passed on the calendar because what happens is that we need the evaluation.
Gotcha. You have an initial evaluation from that case? I'm just curious.
No, we're waiting for Dr. to see me. Nothing's been provided to me.
Are you currently under supervision of Child Protective Services?
Yes, I am.
You have a caseworker?
Yes, I do. The same worker that takes my daughter back and forth.
And the worker comes to your house and visits?
Yes, she does.
Is this your only child?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Who do you live with?
My father.
Anybody else?
No, just my father.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate, Your Honor.
Who's your roommate? Why was there a sigh there, a hesitation, sir?
Why? Because I wasn't certain if I could use his name.
Uh-huh. Mr. Rivers, I believe that you called her very angry when you didn't get your visitation on February 8th. She may have overreacted when she called the police and said that you violated the order of protection by threatening her, but I believe that you actually called her, so you're not going to get your bail money back. I also believe that on your counterclaim, Ms. Moore, that this car business is old history. He's not paying for the repairs on your car. Forget it. What you want from him for the car is 3 times as much as you paid for the car to begin with. That you both paid
That's
for the
the
car. 'Cause
repairs
I don't care what it is. It's 3 times as much as you paid for the car. You want almost $5,000 to repair a car that you paid $1,000 for. So don't be ridiculous. And as far as the clothes are concerned, they don't fit. Some he bought, some you bought. You both bought them with either borrowed money or state money. So you don't get your $5,000. You don't get it. That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 166 on the calendar in the matter of Griffith versus Fritz. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mrs. Fritz, you are really here as what I call a nominal defendant. You are suing on behalf of your son over repercussions of this incident. Is that right?
That's correct.
Kevin, step up here, please. Mrs. Fritz, I'd like you to have a seat.
Thank you.
Mr. Griffiths, back in February of 2000, there was an incident that started at a gas station. As a result of that incident, it was your claim that the defendant severely assaulted you. He was arrested. That case went to trial. He was convicted. That case was appealed once. Your appeal was denied. It was appealed again. And just recently, the conviction was overturned, and you were acquitted of the charges. You are now suing the defendant civilly for the injuries that you sustained as a result of this altercation. And there is a cross-claim by Mrs. Fritz, because it is their claim that your actions instigated this incident, and she and her family and her son were put through well over a year of torture. So, Mr. Griffin, I'd like you to tell me your version of the events of the 7th of February, 2000.
Okay, I was filling up my truck. I had a truck and trailer.
At a gas station?
At a gas station. I started to walk around my trailer on the driver's side, and Kevin Fritz was driving a vehicle that spun out real recklessly. He almost hit me.
Okay, he didn't hit you.
No, it was so close, I was scared. I was scared to death. I yelled. Jesse Letterman.
Someone in the passenger seat.
In the passenger seat. Started yelling obscenities. I got upset. I was scared. I thought he was going to pull a weapon. I used necessary force.
No. Don't tell me you used necessary force. What did you do?
I slapped him across the face.
So you walked up to the car.
It was real close.
You had to have walked
I made a step, ma'am.
Towards the car?
Yes, ma'am.
You reached into the car and slapped the passenger.
After I heard him reaching for something.
Don't make things up, Mr. Griffin.
I'm not,
Listen to
ma'am.
me. You didn't hear him reach for anything. I've been in this business a long time. You slapped him. You didn't hurt him, I assume, but you slapped him with an open hand?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened next?
He exited the vehicle, went into the store, and called the police, from what I know.
So he got out of the car. He didn't confront you.
Oh, he confronted me, man. He was yelling.
How did he confront you?
He was cussing. He was yelling, saying he's going to go call the police.
And that's what he did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened next?
He came out of the store. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him making a fist up like he was going to hit me, and I dropped him on his butt. I did a slide kick and dropped him on his butt.
Okay, let's do this slowly. Had you finished with your car, filling up your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say anything to you?
Oh, yeah, he was cussing.
And the next physical thing that happened was what?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him reaching up to hit me, and I drop slide kicked him, put him on the ground.
What happened next?
Kevin Fritz ran up from behind, from what witnesses say. But
You didn't see anything else?
I didn't see anything till after.
That's the last thing you remember, drop kicking his friend to the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you woke up?
No, ma'am, no. I'd never lost consciousness. What happened was Kevin Fritz came from behind, from what witnesses say.
You can't tell me what witnesses say, sir.
But this is the key fact. I remember him hitting me in the forehead where I've got a permanent scar, and I remember seeing him.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't think that he denies that. Is that right?
That's right.
Did the police arrive subsequently?
Shortly after.
You have the police reports?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them.
There's some medical records in here, ma'am.
I'd like to see those.
I want to keep them confidential.
Okay. Were you with anyone else, sir?
Yes, I was.
What's the name of the person you were with?
Daniel.
All right, Mr. Fritz, I'd like to hear your version of these events. You and your friends are driving in a car, perhaps a little too quickly. What happened next?
I was the one driving. Jesse was a passenger, obviously. We had Amber, a friend of ours, in the back. We heard just screaming. It was cussing and vulgarities. We looked outside, and there he was, like 20 feet away, screaming at us, and we didn't know what for, so we, obviously started screaming back. And as he went up to the car, Jesse reaches to roll up the window, shut him out.
What'd you go into the gas station for in the first place?
We were using the phone. And as we pull off, we hear him screaming and cussing, and Jesse reaches to roll up the window because, you're thinking, what is he doing, blah, blah, blah. And he slaps him. So I put the car in reverse. We pull back up to the phone that we were just at, and we're like, all right, that's assault, Jesse, go call the police. He walks into the Dodger store to use the telephone, and as he walks out...
And you're sitting in the car?
Yes, me and Amber.
While you were sitting in the car, did you notice where Mr. Griffiths was?
Yes, he walked back to his truck as Jesse went into the store.
Where did he go when he came out?
He got about 10 feet away before they started arguing. Jesse told him he just called the police. Don't take off, the police are coming. I'm gonna file a charge on you, assault. Me and Amber were talking, and second I looked up, all I knew is Mr. Griffith and his buddy were hovering over Jesse, and he was on the ground.
Hondo Griffiths claims 19-year-old Kevin Fritz attacked him with a socket wrench. Kevin says he was defending his friend.
What did you do?
Whenever I looked up, I just saw him on the ground, and I knew I had no idea what they had done to him. I just knew he was on the ground or whatever else. I grabbed a socket wrench that was under the front seat and ran over there screaming at him and got no response, to where I hit him, and his buddy came around Jesse swinging at me like, oh, crazy or whatever. Hit me one time, and so I retaliated and hit him. And I got Jesse, and I was like, all right, let's go to the car. The cops are coming anyway. Because I didn't know if they had a gun in the car or knife, or if they're going to retaliate back on what I just had done. Anything's possible after that point. So we take off, get less than a block away, and they tell us to come back to the store. We did.
Jesse.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to hear you. The first thing that happened that you remember, the first physical contact, was being slapped by Mr. Griffin. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me how that happened.
Like Kevin said, I was in the car and we were driving off and we heard somebody yelling at us and we didn't know what it was for. Realized he was shouting about the way we were driving because I listened to part of what he said and I shouted back at him and he comes up to the window. He's shouting right by the window, I guess, for like 10 seconds or so, and I don't want him in my face anymore, so I reach to roll up the window and he slaps me at that point, and so I get out of the car.
You got angry, as you rightfully should have. Got out and made a phone call and called the police. Now, I want you to tell me what happened when you came out.
Well, I came out of the building and I notified them that I had called the police.
What did you say to him?
I said, well, before I went in the building, I told him I was going to call the cops. And I told them that they were on their way to stay here. And we started yelling. I can't remember exactly what we were saying. We were still really, adrenaline was pumping. We were still really just going at it. And then he came up to me and like punched me like this, you know, on my chest, and then swept kicked me on my feet and got me on the ground.
What happened when you fell to the ground?
He got even closer and just stood over me like this and looking down at me. And
Did you see a second person?
Yes, ma'am. He basically followed what Honda was doing and stood over me.
Just stood over you?
Stood over me.
Are you in possession of any other police reports?
I think we have some, yeah.
Ask your mom if she can help you. I want to make sure I have them all.
It's all spread out.
This is it right here. That's a police report.
Do you want me to bring it up to you?
What are you doing with a wrench in the car?
It was actually supposed to be in the trunk at the time, and we had used it before to help somebody with changing out a tire or something, and we just kept it in the front.
Did you keep it in the front for protection, Mr. Fritz?
It wasn't my car.
Whose car was it?
Jesse's.
So it was your car? You
Yes,
keep that wrench in front there for protection?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right. Don't bull me, please, because
Oh.
that's not a smart thing to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? If you were older, it wouldn't be smarter. At your age, to try to fool me is really an act of stupidity. You have the appellate decision?
Yes.
This isn't the appellate decision.
That is what they gave us. In January 31st, we went back to court, and it was dismissed. I do have, though, from the Tennessee Claims Commission, Hondo evidently tried to get victims' compensation, and he was denied that because it was obvious that it was his fault.
Mr. Fritz, how many days did you spend in juvenile detention?
32 days.
Was that your first time in juvenile detention?
No, it wasn't.
When was the time immediately preceding that?
When I was 16.
For what?
Unruly. It was actually a runaway charge.
Other than the, what we call a person in need of supervision, unruly, had you ever been arrested for a crime before?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Again, when I was 16.
For what?
It was a DUI.
So one DUI, one incorrigible, and one assault.
Yes, ma'am.
All by the time you're 16. And what about you, Mr. Letterman?
Yes, ma'am. I had been arrested for petty theft at a gas station.
Is that your only arrest, Mr. Letterman?
Yes, ma'am. At that time, it was.
And now?
No.
What do you mean at that time?
Well, at that time, it was. I had a little bout with a credit card that they gave me checks for, and I wrote them for over the amount, so they got treated as personal checks, and I got 2 arrests for those.
Bad checks?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old were you when you had these bad checks?
I wrote them when I was like 18, I guess, and they just came through and served a warrant on them.
You should never give kids who are 18 years old a credit card and those blank checks. You had a bench trial with regard to this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And the judge found you guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your family hire a lawyer, or did you use a state lawyer?
We had an attorney.
Did you pay the attorney?
Yes, we did.
How much?
I'm not sure.
We had a public defender at that time.
You had a public defender.
Oh, all right. Well, I was a juvenile, yeah. Public defender.
Mr. Fritz, I'm going to give you some very good advice that's going to last you for a long time. Sometimes people have problems saying these words, but I want you to listen to them very carefully. I don't know. When somebody asks you a question and you really don't have the information, you don't make something up. You say, I don't know.
Okay.
Guys sometimes have a problem saying that. So they make up things.
All right.
And we call them a Fritz fact. You know.
Say that again?
We'd call that a Fritz fact rather than the truth.
A Fritz fact?
A Fritz fact. That's your last name. It's a Fritz fact.
Right.
It's not necessarily true, but something that you made up. So when I ask you a question, I expect an answer.
I was pretty sure that we had hired him, so I didn't know.
Well, I guarantee you that if your family had spent $15,000 or $20,000 on a lawyer, you would have known.
Yeah, I'd probably hear about it.
All right, Mr. Griffith. All boils down to this. Did your actions precipitate what happened that day? And if they did they precipitate them to the extent that the defendant was justified in taking the action he did?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I think that they did. You did not go up to this car and slap this young man for the purposes of defending yourself. If you did, given what little we know about you, you were in the Marine Corps?
No, ma'am.
Military?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have grabbed him by the collar, pulled him out of the car if you felt as if you were in danger.
Not necessarily so, ma'am.
Oh, well, that's what I think. And what I think is the only thing that's important. What you did was you humiliated him. You were shouting obscenities at each other. You approached the passenger side of the car and you slapped him. You can't do that.
May I say something, please?
No, you told me your story. You have absolutely no right, because you could have extricated yourself very easily from the situation by getting in your truck, which was already filled up with gas, and leaving. Chose not to do that. You chose to continue to engage in a confrontation, and you went up there, and the first physical movement was you touching him. Now, you didn't hurt him. You slapped him. You humiliated him. And what did he do? He did not get out of the car to punch you. He said, I'm going in to call the police. Did what he was supposed to do. Now, you would have me believe, Mr. Griffith, that after he went inside and called the police to come and respond because he had been assaulted, his intention was to come outside and assault you while he was waiting for the police to come. Because that's what you said to me. You said he came out and he had a fist up as if he was going to hit me. Doesn't make sense. I mean, he may be a stupid kid, but he's not crazy. You don't call the police and then
I'm sorry.
We'll get to your case in a minute. You don't do that. No normal person does that. Calls the police and said, well, now I'm going to assault him and really give it to him. You were still angry, and you kicked him. That was the second physical contact initiated by you, Mr. Griffin. And then your friend came over, and now there are two people over him. All he sees is his friend down, being hit for the second time.
It's not true, ma'am.
That's what you told me.
I didn't say anything about afterwards. My friend ran up to protect me and tackled him.
No. Sir, you just testified, Mr. Griffin, that he came out of the store, you were yelling and screaming back at one another, he balled up a fist as if he was going to hit you, and you drop-kicked him to the ground. When Mr. Fritz turned around and saw you and around him, knowing you had slapped him before, and for one reason or another, he's down on the ground now, he took action to protect his friend. And that's what the appellate court, in all probability, said, that this was an unfortunate incident, but certainly not one for which he should be held criminally responsible, because the physical part of this altercation was initiated by you. So, sir, your complaint is dismissed. Now, let us get to your counterclaim, which is also dismissed, because as cute as you are here today, I have a feeling you're a wise guy. Now, was there another way that you could have dealt with this other than hitting him over the head with a socket wrench? Perhaps. Perhaps. Do I think that you were maybe a little bit out of control that day, driving your car in a fashion that almost hurt Mr. Griffith? Perhaps. The justice system worked because you were found guilty by one judge beyond a reasonable doubt. The second appeal, which they went over all of the records, which they clearly found that there was substantial evidence, not evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, substantial evidence, far more evidence than I need at this trial found that you were guilty. I certainly hope that the next 30 or 40 years of your life is spent outside the court system. Are you living at home now?
No, ma'am.
Where are you living?
In an apartment.
How old are you?
19.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a cook at Hooters.
See what I mean? Your case is dismissed. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Không nhìn bài bài báo một hai sáu bài. Hoa nè. Vô lý hơn.
Hồi xưa bây giờ đi lấy một lần nào với con?
Dạ chưa.
Lần đầu tiên đi hả?
Dạ. Chế độ im lặng đi em ơi.
Chị lấy cái hộp bự bự ra. Nó bể. Khó xíu nha con.
Không thì khó đi nạn đi mốt của mặt rõ cái gì.
Đúng rồi á. Chú bên kia kìa. Chú bạn của chú Sơn nè. Hai chú.
Giờ làm sao mà cho nó đỡ là được. Là chị đấy.
Nhưng mà anh làm chung với anh Sơn hay sao?
Đúng rồi, hai thằng đi chung với nhau đây mà.
Làm nắng nôi bụi bặm sao mà
Không làm được đúng không?
dạ.
qua đã. Anh có cục phải nhất từ hôm qua đến giờ. Có hút thuốc thì tiếng sống sự phải bỏ học nhai luôn. Không giảm được, nó tăng thêm thôi. Một là bị bụng tay.
Dạ, nó cứng á nè. Để thấy nó xẹp trong mình.
Ngày xưa nó bùng sư tay vậy. Không phải biết sao cái khúc này nó dày thì nó không có lòi như đâu. Ngày xưa tôi bấm gạo không? Mày bấm có một bên, tao bấm hai ba bên. Tại vì cái lỗ tai này nó cục này nó dày á.
Cứ lấy cái ghế, đổi cái ghế xong ai cái ghế xuống chị ơi. Không, em phải để cho nó ngắn xuống chị ơi.
Tao nghịch tao bóp một phát nó sưng to rồi.
Không xuống thì nguyên á.
Ok, cảm ơn.
Không hả? Đi vào dưới á.
Anh là lần đầu tiên đi lấy mụn chứ không phải lâu rồi.
Nghe ơi. Ông bộ lên đó, ông bộ lên mình sắp là gần tới. Ông bộ lên rồi. Biết không? Máy điện vào số 0977 á. Máy điện vào số 0977.
Đó xíu nha Huy. Cố lên con.
0977 311 267.
Lấy gần sợ nó bể mụn.
Thế rồi.
Em khăn oxy biết nước sáng cho nên mình làm cho anh nha. Liệu trình đó 350 á.
Cho chị cái ống với mớ bông đi. Này, cố lên. Quá trời luôn. Quá giỏi.
Bên đây mình nửa bên cái cằm, đây mình nửa bên khác.
Ai làm cũng được, miếng được để nằm khóc buồn quá.
Anh tên gì?
Anh tên là Tú. anh đang tính hỏi ngược em tên gì luôn á, mà thâu á.
Giới thiệu tên nhà ảnh.
Anh Tú, cái này là dụng cụ xử lý như vậy tại tầng 3 nha. Cụ xài riêng biệt cho mỗi khách nha. Đây. Xoay. Anh Tú cũng nhiều lắm đó anh Tú. Mà anh thấy khách hàng nhiều lắm.
Cố lên Hy An, gắng lên Hy ơi, trong hết mụn con ơi.
Anh rủ nhau đi lấy mụn cho nó sạch. Thường xuyên tại vì hai anh hay hút thuốc lá, cái là da mình nó nhồi nhiều quá, anh vệ sinh mụn. Nên thì điều trị nó cũng khó. Lấy mụn sạch rồi.
Anh thích vậy á.
Có nghĩ về quê không Hy?
Dạ có.
Bên kia có?
Không, cái bên mới làm rồi đó, bên đây mới làm.
Xe đợi trước.
Đấy, ok.
Cái xong khúc rồi. Cho chị tăm bông đi. Tăm bông em ơi. Ok, cảm ơn. Chịu khó xíu nha. Này nó thành cái ô viêm. Nhân tà báo rồi. lấy bữa này mình thì thấy nó khác.
Tại là mấy chỗ này đã đau thôi, còn mấy chỗ đó là không sao.
Dạ, mấy vùng này nhạy cảm á. Cố lên, cố lên. Cố lên con trai ơi. Đáng tí còn ha, sắp xong cái cục này. Có cục bự nên cho nó đi luôn. Xong rồi. Chịu được không con?
Được.
Giỏi quá. Quá xuất sắc. Vậy là sẽ màu đẹp trai. Hết mụn là đẹp trai thôi.
Nghe rồi. Dạ, dạ. Làm đài đi. Em bình. Thế thì chiều chiều cho em không đi hàng được về à?
Trời, cục này nó
Em
bị
đi
gãy luôn này.
Phạm Văn Đông. Em chờ hai giờ Phạm Văn Đông rồi, nhớ về. Dạ.
Ok.